once again on another episode of Crime Watch. This is a program brought to you by your police service, the Zimbabwe Republic Police, where we interact with you as we further strengthen our relationship in our endeavor to forge a common front in the fight against crime. Onesisa Sibanda is my name. It is a warm welcome. As we start this week's episode, we would like to highlight some of the people who were arrested by the police, arraigned before the courts of law, where they were convicted and given varying sentences. Pinana Manage, aged 26, was convicted and sentenced to 20 years imprisonment at Masvingo High Court for murder after he struck the now deceased with a machete several times all over his body, following a dispute over gold ore. In another case, Phineas Muparadzi, aged 31, was recently convicted and sentenced to 15 years imprisonment for rape after he dragged an 11-year-old girl into a bush before raping her once. Givmo Banda, aged 32, who on 21 July 2019 stole an ox belonging to Talent Chihota, aged 42, was convicted and sentenced to 9 years imprisonment at Chinoi Magistrate Court. In a related case involving stock theft, police in Chinoi arrested a syndicate of cattle rustlers who were behind stock theft cases which were committed in and around Makonde district.
Mashonaland West Province has been experiencing crimes of concern, and one of them is stock theft. And as Crime Watch, we managed to visit Chinoi Rural as well as Chemagamba Police, who investigated two such cases.
Recently, we received 2 cases of stock theft, to which members of the public gave us a tip-off, and we managed to arrest offenders of these cases. And we managed to recover 4 carcasses of the beast and 2 vehicles which were used to carry the carcasses to dispose our points. Of the 2 cases, 3 accused persons have since been sentenced to 9 years imprisonment, and the other one is still pending at the court.
Ndiri kutenda mapurisa nebasa ravakaita kuti ndiwane mombe dzangu. Vanhu musatye kuenda kumapurisa kunomangara. Mapurisa vanoshanda ukamangara nyaya. Ini ndakashandirwa zvakanaka zvakandifadza.
As the police, we will not leave any stone unturned. We would like to warn all stock thieves that we will bring them to book and we will let the law take its course.
Still in Chinoi, police have arrested a 10-member gang in connection with robbery cases who targeted mainly small-scale miners in and around Chinoi.
Makonde district experienced a spate of robbery cases which were perpetrated by the gang targeting people who deal in gold, meaning to say they were visiting areas where mining activities are rife. The criminals were targeting cash, cell phones, and other valuables. During the course of investigations, a tip-off came from a reliable source to the effect that the gang was terrorizing D-Troop mining area. Detectives made a follow-up and caught up with the criminals at D-Troop mine as they were attempting to rob again. Cash, cell phones, and clothing valued at 8,000 were recovered from the criminals. We also managed to recover 2 of the vehicles which were being used by the criminals. The arrested criminals were taken to court, and the case is still pending at court, where the accused persons are remanded in custody.
Crime Watch takes a short break. Stay tuned. We're in the second segment of Crime Watch. Thank you for staying with us. Police in Norton have arrested 3 moving criminals who targeted women walking along secluded areas whom they robbed of their valuables such as cash and cell phones.
Between the period of January to July, we experienced a spate of robbery cases which were occurring in Norton area, mainly Galloway Park, Twin Lakes, and Narira low-density suburbs. Accused persons were targeting ladies walking, holding handbags, especially around the 1800 hours. We received information from reliable sources that one of the accused person was in Harare. Detectives were dispatched on a follow-up of this accused person who was arrested in Harare CBD. This accused person then led to the arrest of 3 other accomplices in Chitungwiza area. Arrested accused persons were then taken to Norton Magistrate Court, where they were remanded in custody.
We are also having a problem of armed robberies, which are being perpetrated to unsuspecting taxi drivers, whereby they are hired from Harare, especially Showground and Chinoi, Kona Samora at that total. Along the way, especially when they cross Unyan River, hires will turn out to be robbers now, rob the taxi drivers of their vehicles and the money they would have taken during the day and drive away, leaving them in our area. So I'm just warning the taxi operators to be very wary of those people. If possible, when hired, just call a friend to accompany you so that you might be able to repel the robbers when they try to get on you.
Police in Hwange recently arrested moving burglars who had terrorized residents of Bulawayo and Hwange. Cell phones, laptops, and several electrical gadgets were recovered in the process.
These criminals are actually moving criminals who started this stealing in Bulawayo, here in Hwange, and the Victoria Falls. They were targeting valuables in motor vehicles, parked motor vehicles. In one of the storerooms at the Glow service station, they were captured by the CCTV. And in addition to that, they started using the bank cards which they had stolen from Glow service station to swipe goods here in Hwange. And that's how we managed to arrest these criminals. We managed to recover quite a number of properties, which include car batteries, personal documents like IDs, passports, driver's licenses. Total value of this stolen property which we recovered was $43,944. The accused persons are in custody. I would also appeal to members of the public not to leave valuables in cars, as this tempts or attracts criminals.
Residents of Victoria Falls can now live in peace after the police accounted for 2 armed robbers.
During the month of July 2019, we had a spate of unlawful entry, especially targeting safari lodges, where most of our tourists will be booked. These unlawful entries were perpetrated by a group of 4 criminals. So we managed to arrest them and we recovered the property that was stolen. That included jewelry, binoculars, cameras, laptops, cell phones. At one scene, a firearm 303 rifle fitted with binoculars was stolen. We also managed to recover the firearm that had been stolen and also managed to recover about 40 rounds of ammunition. We are charging them for 4 counts of unlawful entry, 1 count of theft from motor vehicle, and we'll also be pursuing a charge of unlawful possession of a firearm. The accused were taken to court, they were remanded in custody.
Our crime level within the province is within manageable levels. Of course, we are recording unlawful entry cases, especially in places like Victoria Falls and Hwange. In Victoria Falls, they are targeting laptops and they are also stealing valuables. However, we have adopted a plethora of strategies. Amongst them, we have increased our patrols in the crime-prone areas. The awareness campaigns are also being held. These are mainly on target hardening, target removal. As you are aware that Victoria Falls is a tourist resort center, we do not want or we do not envisage a situation where we have high crime rate. This would scare away our tourists. but we are saying we are really above the situation. Our crime is very, very low. So I appeal to these members of the public who come for holidays that if they come, they must enjoy their stay in Victoria Falls, because we are really above the situation.
Crime Watch takes a short break. Join us in the third and final segment. We are in the final segment of Crime Watch. The ZRP, in conjunction with Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe, has taken their road safety campaigns to the country's major highways and bus termini during the Heroes and the Defense Forces holidays.
Isusu chese takadai arizi basa ramapurisa netraffic safety council of Zimbabwe yoga ibasa rangu newe kuti tidzivirire tsaona mumugwagwa tinokorektawo mutyairi. Shungu dzangu ndadzekuti iwe uzive kuti ikodzero yako iwewe kuti ukona mutyairi womhanya zviri kunze kwemwero, ikodzero yako kumuti wamutyairi, please slow down. Ameni. Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe tinoti kunonoka kunotanga newe ndorozopurudza mutyairi achibhururuka. Ronga rwendo nonguva usaenda rwendo rwazuro woenda nhasi. Save lives. Save lives. Toramba chingoyeuchidza mutyairi kuti please save lives, slow down. Isi toronga nzondo nenguva. Munhu akafa harimi, munhu akafa haproduce. We want you alive. Anditika. Save lives. Ameni.
We are carrying out joint traffic safety campaigns together with Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe. Right now we are along Harare Masvingo Highway at Beatrice, where we are carrying out these campaigns. And we are doing static campaigns and also motorized campaigns where we are using our vehicles as the National Highway Patrol. The main thrust of this campaign is to reduce road carnage along our major highways. The objective of this operation is also to educate the public, our motorists, the travelers, on the dangers of traveling in unroadworthy vehicles, and also we are discouraging them from boarding unregistered motor vehicles. We are encouraging everyone, motorists, passengers, to be very careful along the highways so that we reduce road carnage.
And as you can see in the background, the campaigns are going on where we are educating motorists on the dangers of speeding, on the dangers of overloading. We are actually asking some of the passengers to disembark when we notice that the vehicle is overloaded. These campaigns have been so fruitful in the sense that the mobile teams are able to give information to the static teams that maybe there's a broken down vehicle along the road, and then motorists will exercise caution. So they're actually getting first-hand information on the situation on the road. And we are also pleased to note that following an accident at Mutare River, our mobile team reacted swiftly by giving assistance. They were able to retrieve from the river the 6 bodies that had been trapped in the wreckage in the riverbed, and they were also able to bring out the other 20 injured passengers who were quickly taken to the hospital.
Sadly, 17 people died during the Heroes and Defense Forces holidays. The ZRP expresses its heartfelt condolences to the families of those who perished in the accidents during the holidays. We wish speedy recovery to those who were injured. Moving on, apart from the numerous client service charters conducted by the police from time to time, the organization also markets its services to the people at various other platforms. Recently, the police exhibited at the Matabeleland North and the Mashonaland West agricultural shows, where the organization emerged winners in the security services category, respectively.
We are here exhibiting at the Matebeleland North 2019 Agricultural Show edition as the Zimbabwe Republic Police. We were actually enjoying the influx of the people when they were coming to interact with us. Inside the pavilion, we have about 5 exhibiting points where we were matching police sections, issues to do with domestic violence, child abuse, sexual, psychological, emotional abuse. We are talking about them, taking this platform to educate members of the public or to be on the lookout even of their children when they are being abused, and also to empower women to say it out when they are under abuse of domestic violence, as well as men. We don't want them to suffer in silence.
There you have it, viewers. If you want to know more about the police, our roles and operations, among other functions, you can visit us at agricultural shows in your respective provinces. From tomorrow, the 19th, to the 24th of August 2019, we will be at Zimbabwe Agricultural Show at Harare Exhibition Park. Visit the police stand and meet your police officers who will be ready to serve you. Southern African police organizations from member countries assemble from time to time for a regional sporting extravaganza. The Southern African Regional Police Chiefs Cooperation Organization, SAPCO Games, which are meant to share policing notes as well as interact on an informal platform. A fortnight ago, Team Zimbabwe representatives for the Games left for Luanda, Angola, where they performed with distinction, defending the overall trophy ahead of Namibia, who came second.
We played about 4 teams which were participants at the tournament, and we beat them all. On doubles, we clinched all positions from doubles, which is gold, silver, and bronze. We also participated in the singles. We won all the first, second, and third position.
Team yedu yatakauya nayo kuno yemidundi long distance yakawana mamedo akati wandei yakaperforma zvakanaka zvekuti zvinofadza zvakaita kuti mukombe uye ndokwa ne strength yedu pa team yeSAPCO Athletics.
It was our first time to compete in SAPCO Games as Chelsea women. We managed to scoop silver. We promised that next SAPCO Games we'll scoop gold. It was a learning curve.
Takauya kuno kuti nematimu edu ane madisciplines ese ari 6 atanga tikombita maari. Takaita 20 ma gold medals, tikaita 24 ma silver, then tikaita I think 16 ma bronze. Zvakati kwa total ye 66 medals.
Regai nditange kutenda our Commissioner General of Police, Comrade TJ Matanga, and the CPC for the support that they rendered to us from the day we began preparations for these SAPCO Games. We came as a contingent yakakura zvakadai, and those numbers worked wonders. Chigotenda ma-athletes acho akaita kuti zviitike. They committed themselves under difficult conditions, and hence we have these trophies.
Tinoda kukutenda izvikuru neperformance yamaka displayer. You actually lifted the Zimbabwean flag very, very high. You lifted the police flag high. You are our pride. You are the pride of Zimbabwe. You are the pride of the ZRP. You are a formidable team, a force to reckon with. And I want to thank you for that.
We say congratulations, Makorokoto Amhlope, to the all-conquering team who raised not only the ZRP flag high, but also for being true ambassadors of our beloved nation, Zimbabwe. As we end this week's episode, we would like to highlight some of the people who are on the police wanted list. Shone Tirivamwe, aged 36, of Mazowe Mine Compound, Mazowe, is wanted by Mazowe Police for theft. Kennedy Chasukura of house number 3 Zizi Crescent, New Mavuku, Harare, is being sought by Mavuku Police for rape. Tokmo Chawarika, aged 29, of house number 1289, Hope House, Mutare, is also on police wanted list for rape and being sought by Chikanga Police Station. Lastly, Nevson Kaneba, of house number 10, Mziligazi, Bulawayo, is wanted by Njube Police for attempted murder. Anyone with information that can help us in locating any of these accused persons should approach any nearest police station. It has been a pleasure having you along. As we wrap up this episode, we encourage you to be law-abiding citizens, promoting peace and tranquility for economic development in the country. From the production crew and myself, see you next time.